NRMA Insurance, a help company, according to their website, has been insuring Australians for 100 years. For 99.9% of that time, they've been strictly insuring men and women. They even have a little note that says, "With a century of experience, we know how to protect the things you care about." Apparently, that includes protecting everything except traditional gender values, because in just the last month or two, a third option has magically appeared: non-binary. That is, you're not a man, you're not a woman, you're something in between, or neither. Why does this matter? Well, as we're going to find out in this video, this isn't just a cosmetic choice, it has real-life financial consequences. Thank you to the viewer who highlighted this. Okay, so we're going to get a quote for comprehensive car insurance. We'll search by make and model. I tried to think of the wokest car possible, and naturally I landed on Jaguar. You may remember the recent Copy Nothing campaign featuring several people of questionable gender and a new logo on a pink planet. Apparently, the old logo, the jumping cat and the slick font, contained far too much toxic masculinity. And who needs masculinity when you can have a pink version of their new Type 00 concept car? Look, I'm no car expert. Maybe it's a great piece of machinery. But from where I'm sitting, it feels like a case of the lunatics having taken over the asylum. Anyway, that car isn't available just yet, so I've gone for the next best thing, the fully electric Jaguar I-Pace. I'll just select the top spec HSE. We'll start the policy today. Now, as a woke university professor, I obviously live in West End, Brisbane, and we'll say the car is parked on the street. I drive less than 5,000 kilometres per year, to save the planet. Private use only, no finance. For the policyholder, I'm a person who drives the car, born on New Year's Day 1990. For this first iteration, I'm a male. Existing customer? No. So here is our first subject, a male university lecturer with a spotless record, licence at 17, 0 claims and 0 suspensions. For comprehensive insurance on his I-Pace at market value with a $1,000 excess, the premium is $5,362 per year. Now I'm going to leave everything else exactly the same, but I'll change our male professor to a female one instead. She is identical in every single way. There's that 100 years of help slogan again while it's calculating. And as you can see, for the exact same comprehensive cover, the exact same vehicle, the exact same excess, and a 36-year-old living at the exact same address, with the only difference being gender, the premium works out to be $4,800, already significantly cheaper than our male professor. Of course, the insurance companies justify this $562 discrimination by pointing to decades of statistical data showing women are involved in fewer high-speed accidents. But it makes you wonder, exactly how much data do they have on non-binary people? This category didn't even exist on their drop-down menus 3 months ago. Let's take a look at what happens when our professor stops being a woman and starts being something else. So back in our quote, we'll change our good professor from female to non-binary. Now, take note, they do specify, what is your gender as shown on your passport or official documentation? So I'm not suggesting you all go out and pretend to be non-binary. They do require official documentation, although I'd suggest in this day and age that wouldn't be too hard to get. Who's to say what your gender is or isn't anymore? There's that 100 years of help loading screen again. Well, 100 years of helping men and women. But as you can see, in Equality is Everything Australia, for the same car, at the same address, for the same university professor, who now happens to identify as non-binary, the premium is only $4,544. Putting these side by side, it's clear who the most equal gender in Australia is. It certainly isn't men, and surprisingly, it isn't even women. Non-binary takes the prize, at least over at NRMA Insurance, for being the most favoured gender in all of human history. Simply flip the switch to male and watch the premium jump by more than $800. Apparently, the algorithm thinks having a Y chromosome makes me significantly more likely to wrap this Jaguar around a West End light pole, but the moment I'm non-binary, suddenly I'm the safest driver in Brisbane. It's not a car insurance policy, it's an $800 identity subscription. NRMA Insurance isn't pricing based on driving skill, since our professor had a perfect record as a man too. They are pricing based on a bureaucratic label. My guess is the insurance companies are hedging their bets by offering a lower price to non-binary people to avoid being the first company sued for discriminating against a group they have no data on. Now, the only question is, when will they add transgender to their menus, and how much will that save you?